If you feel constantly tired, you're not alone. I hear this from people all the time. I get how frustrating it is because you want to get things done. You have plans, goals, dreams, but you wake up feeling tired. You can barely keep up with your day to day, and then you're so mentally exhausted that you simply don't have the energy for your goals. So you end up scrolling on social media, playing video games, or watching TV series for hours on end. And this has somehow become the norm in modern society. But here's the truth, most people don't realize that our digital devices play a huge role in that. Because in a world of constant stimulation, we are never getting proper rest. And that's why so many of us feel mentally drained. And as someone with a PhD in animal behavior and artificial intelligence, the more I study about our brain and how it responds to our digital world, the more I realize how deeply our devices affect not only our mental health, but all aspects of our lives. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 ways that our digital devices are draining our energy without us even realizing it. Because here's the thing, we are so used to our digital devices that we don't realize how they're affecting us. It's like going nose blind. You live in this stinky room, but you can't feel it until somebody walks in and they tell you, oh, this place kind of smells. You feel personally offended. You're like, what do you mean this place smells? But once you leave and come back, you realize they were right. And with our digital devices, it is kind of the same. We are so used to them that we don't realize the impact that they are having in our lives. If you've ever considered doing a digital detox but never got around to actually doing it, I have an invitation for you. You should join the Life Mastery Club, my personal growth community, because that's where I'll be hosting a digital detox. And don't worry, we're gonna have different ways for you to participate so you can adapt it to your own reality. If you believe being part of a like-minded group is going to help you actually do it and see for yourself what impact your digital devices are having on your mental health, then make sure to join the waitlist for the Life Mastery Club. The link is in my description and I hope to see you inside. Before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary. I'm a doctor turned entrepreneur, and in this channel I talk about personal growth in a very practical way to help you create a real change in your life. If that's your vibe, subscribe to the channel for more videos on creating a wealthier, healthier, and happier life. Also, check out the free resources I have in the description box because they've already helped thousands of people become more organized, productive, and consistent with their habits. If that's something you're working on, I've got free planners, habit trackers, and book summaries to help you on your journey. And without further ado, let's get into the video. And the first way that our digital devices drain our mental energy is through information overload. Let me explain. Our human brains can't really tell the difference between what you see on a screen and what happens to you in reality. So it experiences everything you see on the screen as if it was happening in real life. And you know that yourself. When you're watching a thriller movie, you feel that anxiety and fear inside your body because your brain is processing what it sees as if it was happening to you, and it is releasing all those chemicals. Just picture this. When you wake up, the first thing you do, you get your phone. And then next thing, you're consuming some sort of short form content, watching all those videos. That to your brain is like going from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. Do you understand now how draining that feels to your brain? It's just a lot of information. I know it feels like you're just waking up, but trust me, that is how intense it is. Next thing, you go to have breakfast. And instead of just sitting there and appreciating the taste and the texture of your food and eating your breakfast in peace, no, you get your phone. And again, you're consuming short form content. You know, that visual stimulation is taking so much of your brain energy that you don't even register you're eating. And that causes people to overeat. Next thing, you're in the transport to work. So you're there on your phone again. And when you get to work and you're trying to focus on that one task, that is the same as driving at 10 kilometers per hour. It's just so boring. So what is it going to try to do? It's going to try to get you to the hyperstimulating thing again. And the more you are on the hyperstimulating thing, the more boring your work is going to seem. And then you go take a break, and instead of just parking the car and sitting there, which would be the same as maybe going for a little walk, grabbing something to drink, or just do nothing, relax, decompress. No, what you choose to do? To go again on the hyperstimulating thing. So your brain is again driving at 100 kilometers per hour. When you go back to your work, it's going to feel even harder for you to focus. But if instead you had actually given your brain a rest, parked the car, when you're driving again at 10 kilometers per hour, that actually feels a little exciting, you know? And that is exactly what I felt when I did my digital detox. Before, my brain was so hyper stimulated that doing work or any mundane tasks around the home would feel super boring. But once I removed social media, which was the main thing that was hyper stimulating my brain, then doing mundane tasks around the house felt enjoyable, and sitting down to do work, I could focus so much better. And that's because I gave my brain a rest. I went from a parked car to driving at 10 kilometers per hour, and that felt exciting and enjoyable. So the key here is to stop overstimulating your brain, especially with short form content. The third way our digital devices drain our mental energy without us even realizing it is through multitasking. Because research shows that switching between one task to another takes a lot of brain energy. And on our digital devices, we are always just one click away from a totally different task. Especially when our brains are hyperstimulated, we get thoughts about different things we need to be doing. And if every time we get a thought about a random task we need to do, we stop what we're doing to switch and do that task, we're probably gonna get to the end of the day with 10 different tasks that we started. We didn't finish any, and we're just feeling so mentally exhausted. And we're not even feeling accomplished because we can't even see what we actually did that day. If you can relate to that in a very deep level, you need to start using a planner. This is what I did to really stop switching from one task to another. Whenever I get that random thought about a task that I need to do now, I just write it down on my planner instead of jumping into doing it. Because when you have a dedicated space for your tasks, you can essentially take that task off your brain onto your planner and forget about it because you know you will be reminded in the future to do it. One section of my planner that I love is the task list because that allows me to offload all the random tasks that I have in my brain onto the page so I can visualize all of them in just one place, making it super easy for me to prioritize them depending on their urgency and their importance. And that helps me prioritize the tasks that are true priority instead of just jumping into doing whatever task I feel like doing, which will result in me putting out fires every single day. So if you're looking for a tool to become more organized, productive, and find more peace of mind for not having to carry all your to-dos in your brain, definitely make sure to try using a planner. I have two planners linked in the description. There is a Notion template and also a PDF that you can print out and use it as a physical planner. I personally use my monthly planner Notion template to set goals for my month and create milestones to reach every single week so I can plan each day with intention. And thousands of people have already tried my template and also watched the tutorial, which makes me so excited about really helping you in a practical way. So if you find yourself switching between tasks and forgetting about important things a little too often, definitely make sure to get my free planner in the description below. The fourth way our digital devices drain our mental energy is a huge one. It is emotional drain. Look, a lot of people say that they use their digital devices in the evening as a form of entertainment to relax, but let's expose the reality here. How do you truly feel about yourself, about your life, after scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or whatever that is for an hour? Let's just be honest about it. All the time we are on social media, we are consciously or subconsciously comparing ourselves to every single human being on earth. And there's always gonna be somebody who's better than you at something. Maybe they have a better house or a better lifestyle, or they're better at a sport, whatever that is. And it doesn't matter how much you do, you never feel like you're good enough. And that makes you start questioning yourself, feel less satisfied about your life, feeling like you're not good enough. It doesn't matter how hard you try, you'll never be as good as them. And this is especially difficult for people who have low self esteem and confidence because they are going to question themselves even more. To know what's the worst part for me is that if you look into Instagram app page, the way they sell it to users is by telling them that the app is all about connecting you with your family and friends. But the statistics show that people spend only about 7% of their time on Instagram actually connecting to family and friends. The other 93% of the time, they are consuming marketing content from influencers, brands, from celebrities, whatever it is. And all that content is about showing you all the amazing stuff there is out there that you don't have and that you absolutely need because it's absolutely going to transform your life. You need to buy it, so you buy it. And it's no wonder why we feel like what we have isn't enough, that our life isn't enough, and therefore that maybe we aren't enough. Because the content there was designed to be this way, to make you feel unsatisfied about your life, so you feel the need to buy all the stuff that you absolutely don't need. Hopefully, by me exposing the truth here, you can see it for what it really is, and next time you're there, maybe unfollow some accounts that make you feel that way. But by far, the best thing you can do is to limit the time that you spend on the app. I highly recommend doing a quick reality check here in relation to social media, TV series, and video games. Really ask yourself, what benefits am I looking for here? So, what are better ways to connect with friends? Do I really need 3 hours on social media to connect with my friends, or would 10 minutes be enough? Maybe TV series are a way for you to get entertainment and to relax, but is there a better way to get entertainment? Is there a better way to relax? Asking yourselves those questions is going to help you design your life your way instead of following whatever society tells you is normal to do. So, the fifth and final way our digital devices are draining our mental energy is through decision fatigue. Making decisions costs a lot of mental energy. And from the minute we wake up, we're making so many decisions: what to wear, what to eat, what to do, and so on. After a long day making so many small decisions, you get to the end of the day feeling exhausted. You have literally two brain cells working and absolutely no willpower. And then you find yourself on your phone looking through countless options of food to eat, countless options of entertainment, or even online shopping with so many options. They're gonna end up buying food that doesn't align with the vision they have for their health. They're gonna end up watching things that make them feel guilty about wasting their time, and they're gonna end up buying things that they definitely don't need. To prevent yourself from making impulse purchases, I highly recommend that you use a wish list and that you only buy items of your wish list. And that's why in the Life Mastery system, I have a smart wish list that allows you to save all the things you want to buy into a wish list and categorize between wants and needs. And before making any decision, you can have a look at the big picture view of all the things you want to buy and decide what you are buying right now. So if you struggle with impulse purchases, definitely try using a wish list. Right, so we got to the end of the video. There was actually one more topic I want to cover. I see that people think they're doing everything right, but there are some really basic and easy things that they can do to massively improve the quantity and the quality of sleep they get, but I'll leave that for a separate video. So if you're interested in improving your sleep, definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel, activate the notifications, and leave me a comment to let me know you're interested in that video. If you're thinking to yourself, Maddie, I'm ready to do a quick digital detox, definitely make sure to check out this video next, because there I show you how you can essentially reset your life over a week. I hope to see you there. Bye.